All right, let's get straight to it. The world of weight loss supplements. It's a total minefield of hype and empty promises, right? Well, today, we're going to cut through all of that noise with some hard science. This is your doctor's guide to what actually works, what's a complete waste of your money, and most importantly, what's actually safe. So let's start with a reality check, a big one. 90%, just let that sink in for a second. 90% of the over-the-counter weight loss stuff you see on the shelves is, to put it nicely, a waste of money. They promise you the world, but really, they deliver next to nothing. But it's not all bad news, not at all. There are count them, 5 supplements that are actually FDA proven to be effective. But here's the catch, and it is non-negotiable. You need a doctor. These are serious medical tools, not something you just grab off the shelf.
Okay, so let's get right to it. We're going to count down the top 5 proven options, ranked by how well they work. We'll get into how they work, who they're really for, and the side effects you absolutely need to know about.
Kicking off our list at number 5, we've got berberine. Now this one is probably the most accessible of the whole bunch, and it's a really good place to start for a lot of people. So, what are we looking at with berberine? Well, it'll give you a modest 2 to 5% body weight loss. The FDA has it listed as GRAS, which just stands for Generally Recognized as Safe. Side effects are minimal, it's pretty cheap, so it's a solid choice if you're looking for a little metabolic support. But don't expect any miracles here.
Coming in at number 4, we have a combination drug, phentermine topiramate, which you'll see sold as Qsymia. Okay, now we are officially moving into the world of serious prescription medications. And you can see, this is a big step up in power. We're talking 7 to 11% weight loss. It's fully FDA approved, and it's best as a short-term kickstart to get you going. But you have to be aware of the side effects, like dry mouth and insomnia. Your doctor will need to monitor these closely. All right, at number 3 is a medication called Orlistat. You've probably seen this one around, because it's available in 2 forms, a stronger prescription called Xenocol, and a lower dose version you can get over the counter called Ally.
Orlistat works by blocking fat absorption, which leads to a 5 to 10% weight loss. It's pretty good for people who are mildly overweight, but okay, let's have some straight talk here. There is a very famous side effect. If you eat a fatty meal on this medication, you will get oily stools. It's unpleasant, for sure, but man, it is a powerful teacher for your diet choices.
Now let's talk about the heavy hitters. At number 2 is tirzepatide, brand name Zepbound. This is one of the newer, really powerful injectable meds that has completely changed the game for weight management.
Just look at those numbers, an 18 to almost 23% average body weight loss. That's incredible. It's a true game changer, especially if you have type 2 diabetes. The downsides? Well, it's expensive and about a quarter of users get some gastrointestinal issues, but for the right person, it's unbelievably effective.
And taking the top spot at number 1, it's the one you've probably heard the most about, semaglutide, specifically the version for weight loss called Wegovy. Wegovy offers a really impressive 15 to 22% weight loss, and it's basically revolutionized how we treat obesity. But, and this is a big but, it comes with some serious things to consider. It costs a fortune, around $1,300 a month. Nausea is really common, affecting up to 30% of people, and eligibility is super strict. We're talking a BMI over 30 generally.
And that right there brings us to the single most important question of all. Forget what you heard online, forget what your friend told you. The only thing that actually matters is this: are you a medical candidate for these treatments?
I want you to actually pause here and look at this. Seriously, for most of these prescriptions, you need a body mass index, a BMI of at least 27, and usually another health condition to go with it. For the top dogs like Wegovy, you generally need a BMI of 30 or more. This is the first hurdle. If you don't clear this, these aren't even an option to discuss. So, now that we've covered what works, let's do a quick rapid-fire round on what doesn't. This is going to save you a whole lot of time, money, and frankly, a lot of disappointment.
Garcinia cambogia. You see this stuff everywhere. You want to know what the clinical data says? On average, people lose less than 1 pound. That's nothing. Statistically, it's useless. Let's move on. Green tea extract. Okay, it does have a tiny metabolic effect. We're talking maybe 0.5% to 1% loss. You know what's better? A simple cup of coffee. It'll give you a more reliable boost.
And finally, raspberry ketones. This one is probably the most shameless myth out there. There is zero, and I mean absolutely zero, reliable human data that suggests it does anything at all for weight loss. Period.
So with all that in mind, how do you actually move forward in a way that's responsible? It is not about just picking a pill from a list you saw online. It's about following a safe, structured, and medically guided plan.
Here it is, your 4-step plan. Step 1, figure out your BMI. Step 2, go have an open, honest conversation with your doctor. Talk about your health, see if any of these are even a fit for you. Step 3, you have to understand that diet and exercise are the foundation. These medications are tools, they are not magic. And step 4, if you do start one, it has to be a monitored trial for at least 3 months to see how it's working and track any side effects.
At the end of the day, this all comes down to one thing. Now you have the information. You can stop guessing, you can stop wasting your money, you can walk into your doctor's office and have a real, productive, informed conversation about your health and your goals. And that, right there, is the only safe and effective way forward.